Hello again, this is Mike Martin. We are playing Triple Play Baseball. I'm showing it on Replay Baseball. They're doing a game of the week. I just did a game between Detroit and Cleveland. Detroit winning 3-1 here on April 9th of 2019. We are going to do every once in a while a baseball game of the week or game of the day. I'm going to try Chicago and Tampa Bay because it looks like they've got the best records on here between the two. So, Lucas Giolito against Travis Glasnow. So we'll get the lineups ready here. So Glasnow pitching. So we're going to have the AI pick the lineups. So we'll get Tampa Bay ready. So we'll get them ready. So all right, we are ready to start the game here. Between the
Replay Radio is live from Chicago. Top of the first.
So between the 7-4 Tampa Bay Rays and the 6-3 Chicago White Sox from Guarantee Rate Field in Chicago. So get the weather here. We are in April, day game in Chicago. So let's see what happens here. Wind out. So the wind is out today. So Lucas Giolito, 1-0 with a 9.53 ERA. Will be starting off the game against Yandy Diaz, 505 games with a homer. So here we go from Chicago. 588 against a righty. That is a single into center. So first hit of the game for Diaz. He is not a stealer at all. So Tommy Pham, 533 against a righty. That is a range in the infield. So guarding at first, Tommy Pham is a right-handed spray hitter. Off the end to the shortstop. So the shortstop is Tim Anderson. He is an average shortstop. Kept an infield, but an infield single. So another rough start for Giolito. Pitched, looks like 5 innings in his last start. Well, actually 5 2/3 in his last start. Ji-Man Choi, batting .241 with a homer in 11 games. 112. That is a single into the center field on the ground. So let's check out the runners here. Adam Engel, the thrower, is a -2. And Yandy Diaz is a 5, so that would be a 3. So they're going to hold him. So another single. So the bases are loaded in the first inning for Avisail Garcia. Avisail, don't know that name. Can't get that one. But 362 for him is a strikeout. So Giolito fighting back. 1 out for Travis Denard. 213 against a righty. That is a routine grounder to short. So this run will score. Let's see, let me check it out. It's a double play. See if it's a possibility. So that is a, let's see, that was a 213. So it's a routine grounder to short, or regular grounder to short. The base is loaded. Runner up first out of second. Okay, so I thought it's a fielder's choice. So it was shortstop, so 6-4. And a run scores. Willie Adames comes up next. He's 206 with a run scored in 12 games. 532 against a righty is a range in the infield again. So guarding first, he is a RP, so a pull hitter in the infield. In the hole to shortstop, Anderson again is average. So it is a diving stop, batter out at first, so a good play by Tim Anderson to save a real big inning. So 1-0 after a half inning. And up comes Leury Garcia against Glasnow. He had a no decision his first game. 5 2/3 innings for him, too. 1.59 ERA. Garcia, 463 with 4 home runs, so a real hot start for him. So 121 against a right-hander. That is a single. So they're both getting on the hits here. So let's see here. This could be a chance to steal. Oh, shoot, I forgot to change. No, I didn't. Okay, so Denard. That's the catcher. He is a 0 throwing. Glasnow is a 1 at holding, so this is going to be a good chance for them to steal. So we'll get a jump. Pitcher is a 1. Garcia is a 2. So he's not a great jumper, but to a buck. Let's see what Glasnow, he has a 5 on Bach. And he holds. So Garcia holds on there. Couldn't get the jump. So Tim Anderson, 349 with a home run. 322 against a right-handed pitcher is a routine grounder to second. So that is going to be a force. So 4-6. Tim Anderson may try to steal. So we can see if he can get the jump. So hold of 1, jump of 2 again. And he's going to try to steal. So he is a 8 of a steal. Glasnow is a +1, so that's a 9. And the catcher, again, I think is a 0. Yeah, he is a 0 thrower. So a 9 out of 10 chance to steal. He's caught stealing. Imagine that. So caught stealing, 2-6. And Abreu comes up with the bases empty. So their chance of getting out and running has cost them a couple runners. 894 against a righty is a strikeout. So promising inning ends up with nothing. No runs, 1 hit. Joey Wendell, 125 in 8 games. 412 against a lefty. Or excuse me, against a righty. That is grounder to first. So 3 unassisted. Brendan Lowe. Brendan Lowe will come up, 1 out. Top of the second. 649 against a lefty. That is a routine grounder to first again, so another 3 on the system. Kevin Kiermaier, 147 on the season. 913 against a lefty. A strikeout. Giolito looks strong in the second. So Eloy Jimenez, 184 with 3 homers early in the season. 286 against a righty. That is a strikeout. Yoan Moncada, 278, 2 homers. 958 against a lefty is a walk. I think they're going to hold off on stealing for a while. James McCann, 216 and a homer. 475 against a righty. That is an easy fly to center for the second out. Wellington Castillo, 232 against a righty. That is a walk. So we've got first and second with 2 outs for Yolmer Sanchez, 382 on the early season. 260 is a routine grounder to shortstop. So go over to the second baseman. That'll end the inning for the White Sox. Going to the top of the third, 1-0. Yandy Diaz will lead off. 915 against a righty. That is a strikeout. Tommy Pham, 437 against a righty. Pitcher is a routine grounder to second, or regular grounder. Ji-Man Choi, 266 is a walk. Choi on board. He's not a steal threat. Garcia, 659 against a righty is a single to the line and left field. Choi is not a speedster, so they're going to keep him at second. Travis Arnaud. I can't get that name for the life of me. 563 against a righty is a range in the outfield. So he is a RSP. Shallow blooper to short. So that is Anderson. And he is average. He's being tested today. Running catch. So a fly to shortstop ends the inning. And I'll lead off with the 9th batter, Adam Engel. .67 is an error check. Just goes right to a routine ground to their pitcher. So Glass now picks it up, throws it to first. Leori Garcia, 862 against a lefty. That is a strikeout. Tim Anderson, 789 against a righty is a strikeout. So a good inning for Glasnow. So we go to the top of the fourth, Tampa leading 1-0. And Willie Adonis is coming up. 916 against a righty is a strikeout. So they're just dealing now after a rough first inning. Joey Wendell, 920 against a lefty. It's also a strikeout. So how many is that for? It's 5 for him. Glasnow with 4. That'll be Brandon Lowe. 325 against righty. Strikeout, so he strikes out the side, number 6. Glasnow comes back up 1-0. He's got the lead. Jose Abreu. 483. It's a fly to center. Eloy Jimenez. 882 against righty. Strikeout. It's number 5 for Glasnow. Yoan Moncada. 183. That's a single to left center field. And I think they are going to try to get the jump again. So Moncada is a 1. So is the hold rating. He holds. Okay, so Moncada can't get the jump. It's a good stealer, but can't get the jump. So James McCann, 160. Double play to short. So that kept him in the double play. Oh, it doesn't make it. There's 2 outs, so it's just a 6-4. That'll bring up the top of the 5th. Quick games here today. Tampa Bay coming up, leading 1-0. 806 against a lefty is a strikeout. So he struck out 4 in a row. Yandy Diaz. 459 against a righty is a fly to center. So unlike my other games I've had, this is another pitching duel that we had, just like the Cleveland-Detroit game earlier. 323 is a strikeout, so Giolito's just going right through him. Bottom of the 5th, Wellington Castillo. 411 against a righty is a strikeout. So Glasnow coming back with his own strikeouts. Yolmer Sanchez, 658 is a routine grounder to third. So not much challenges for either of these pitchers. Adam Engel, 941 against a righty. That is another strikeout. So both pitchers doing well. Ji-Man Choi to lead off the top of the 6th here in Chicago. 1-0 is the score. 737 against a lefty. That is a fly to center. So not much going on since the first inning. Garcia up next. 166. That is a grounder to short. So Travis d'Arnaud, I think that's the way he pronounces it now that I'm figuring it out. d'Arnaud coming up, trying to cool down Giolito. 422. That is a grounder to short. So that takes us to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 the score. Glasnow getting to the top end of his endurance, as the number 1 would show. 351 strikeout. So they're going to let him have 3 more batters if he doesn't give up a hit or a walk. Tim Anderson, 258. That is a single to right center, so that will chase Glasnow. Oh, no, they're giving him another hit, so he's got a couple more batters, I guess. Jose Abreu, 493 against a righty is a fly to center. Eloy Jimenez to try to get a 2-out hit. 0. That is a crazy play. We haven't had one of these in this game yet. Sticking fastball nails batter in the head. So I don't do injuries, but we'll take him out. So Jimenez gets hit by pitch. And will need to come out. Must have been playing left field. So we'll bring in John Jay. Yeah, we'll bring in John Jay. So Eloy Jimenez hit by a stinging fastball. And he's going to go out of the game. So John Jay will be taking over on runner. So Glasnow also needs to be replaced. Bottom at 6 for lead. Going up against Yoan Moncada. Let's see who we've got here for Tampa. So we've got a series of good pitchers. So I think first we will start with Diego Castillo. Okay, so 2 outs. Glasnow to be replaced by Castillo. He'll face Moncada, the bottom of the 6th. 354 against a righty is a strikeout, so he comes in and shuts the door. Giolito still going at it. They may have to get their bullpen up. 406 against a righty. Strikeout. Again, he's having a strikeout game himself. He has struck out 9. That'll bring up Joey Wendell. 624 against a lefty. Fly to right field. Brendan Lowe. 943 against a lefty is a walk. Okay, so Giolito's got to come out. Lefty coming up. Okay, so I think I'm going to bring in Jace Fry for this 1 out. Actually, I think they're going to bring in Aaron Bummer. Aaron Bummer coming in to relieve Giolito. Ooh, he's tired, so I guess it will have to be Fry. For one batter at least. Some pitchers that are tired. So it'll be Jace Fry to face Kevin Kiermaier. Oh, I gotta get the outfielder in here. That is John Jay. Okay, so Kevin Kiermaier to go up against Fry. 750 against a lefty is a strikeout. So Fry does his job. We're going to the bottom of the seventh. Diego Castillo will stay in. Castillo. 613 against a righty. That is a single. So McCann is leading off with a single. Wellington Castillo. 882 against a righty. Strikeout. Yolmer Sanchez. 589 against a lefty. That is a fly to center. Adam Engel. 721 against a righty. That is a single. Engel, not a steal threat. Brings up Leori Garcia first and second. We're going to see what they have from the bullpen. Then I can bring in Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson coming in to get the third out, hopefully, for that. So Nick Anderson going up against Garcia. 246. That is a grounder to short. So 6-4 on the force. That will do it for the inning. And I think the White Sox are going to bring in Evan Marshall if he's not tired. No, he's not. So Marshall will come in to face Yandy Diaz. .506. That's a wild pitch, so we'll do again. 480 against a righty is a fly to center. Tommy Pham, still 1-0, top of the eighth. 397. That is a double to the line. So Tommy Pham gets on Ji-Man Choi. 580 against a lefty. It's range in the outfield. So he is a pull hitter all the way. Into the gap and left center. We'll check out the center fielder Engel. He is very good. Running catch does not say anything about advancing the second baseman, so fly to center. And Garcia will come up with 2 outs and try to get the runner in. 520, that is an infield range check. So normal defensive alignment against a pull hitter in the infield. Up the middle to the pitcher. So Evan Marshall is prone. Oh. Let's see if he gets it. Diving stop, batter out at first, so he does pull off the play. And Tampa Bay is out. So Nick Anderson going up against Tim Anderson. Bottom of the 8th, 1-0. Pitcher's duel. 421 against a righty is a strikeout. So Anderson strikes him out. Jose Abreu. 443 is a grounder to second. Absolutely no offense in this game after the first inning. John Jay making his first at bat. 903 against a lefty. That is a strikeout. So Anderson just mows through him. So Evan Marshall needs to come out. And I think they're going to go to Jimmy Cordero, I think was tired. So we're going to go with Coloni. Alex Colon will come in. And he will be going against d'Arnaud. 934 against a righty is a walk. So Willie Adames comes up. 803 against a righty. That is a fly to center. One down. Joey Wendell. 506, so that's a check on a wild pitch. So the wild pitch rating for Cologne is 2. Catcher's pass ball rating is a 5. So good chance this is going to be blocked. And I'm wrong. Wild pitch. The man goes to second for Wendell. 1 out. 619 against a lefty. That is a single to center field. So let's see what we got here. d'Arnaud. He is a speed of 4. Angle is a -2, so they're going to hold him at third. So first and third. 1 out. So Brandon Lowe trying to drive in the run. 546 against a lefty. That is an outfield check. And Wendell is a spray hitter to the outfield. Into the gap and left. So that is Jay. Jay is an average left fielder. To the wall. It's a double. All runners score. So that opens up the floodgates a little bit. So Kiermaier. .367 is a routine grounder to first, so that will advance the runner to third. Andy Diaz coming up, trying to drive him in. 359 is a strikeout, the last one on the card, or it would have been a double. So strikeout ends the inning. So little insurance runs. So that will bring in Emilio Pagan to pitch to get the save. .20 in last year's season. He's got 3 on the season right now. He's pitched, this is his 6th game. He's got 3 saves, 1.42 ERA. 363 against a righty is a strikeout. James McCann. 734 against a righty is a fly to center. Wellington Castillo, we're going to sub for him. See what they got on the bench. much on the bench. So we're going to go with Ryan Goins. So Ryan Goins is coming in. Left-hander. He's only had one bat this season without a hit. So Goins, 203 is a single. So he clutchly comes in and gets a single. Yolmer Sanchez. 832 against a lefty. That is a strikeout to end the game. So the White Sox lose by a score of 3-0. Tyler Glasnow with the win, going to 1-0. Lucas Giolito with a really good game pitched, 1-1. Pagan with his forced save, and Brandon Lowe is the MVP of the game. So let's take us to see what the other games for the day. We already said that Cleveland went to 7-3 with a loss to Detroit. So let's see what happens here. Texas beating Arizona. Cincinnati going to 8-2, 6-5 in 10 innings. Coors Field, Colorado 6-6. They beat Atlanta 6-5. New York over Minnesota, the Mets. Washington at 9-1. 8-1 on the season. Patrick Corbin with his second win. The San Francisco Giants go to 7-5, beating San Diego. Los Angeles ekes out a win against St. Louis. Milwaukee, who started off 0-8, loses to the Angels 4-2. Oakland loses to Baltimore. Baltimore 6-5, surprisingly. In Fenway Park, Boston beats Toronto 3-2. In our game, Tampa Bay beats Chicago to go to 8-4. Cleveland loses to Detroit. The Astros shut out New York behind Zach Greinke 5-0. And the last game, Kansas City beats Seattle 6-5. So, checking out the standings so far through 11 or 12 games, New York has a half-game lead on Tampa Bay, 1.5 on Boston. Cleveland has a 1-game lead on Chicago. Oakland with a half-game lead over Houston. The Washington Nationals 9-1, 2.5 over Atlanta. Cincinnati 8-2, 1 over Chicago. And the Dodgers 8-4, 1 over San Francisco. So thank you for joining me on the baseball game of the week, and we'll talk to you later.